You can hear on the Zoom, okay? The heading of every sitting is Shaykh Abdul Haqq saying, to us, the way, Haraka means the way is suhba, to come together as a group, and blessings comes. Sit under the eyes of the Shaykh, either he's going to be with us physically or spiritually. Blessing comes on the group, what you can't get by yourself. Get something sitting, meditating, making zikr, reading Quran, thinking, studying, but what comes in the group is another thing altogether. Not from our cleverness, it's something given. And Shaykh Naqshband, he had a second part to that saying in Persian language. Hope there's no Persians because I butchered the. Dar Shohrat Afat asked, where there is shohra, fame, to show off, to be big in front of people, to make yourself. In other words, what you do, not for Allah, but to make yourself important. Afat. It destroys your good deeds. Always use the example. You want to, when Y2K came years ago, Mullah Sheikh had us to store wheat and corn and rice and flour. And every group all over the world, here in Germany, in Cyprus, in Far East, everywhere. We stored food. Sometimes you store that food and you go to eat it later. You open the can and bugs come out. That's your good deeds that you try to do for other than Allah. It winds up destroying your good deeds instead of accruing to your account. They have the digital currency now. The bank can turn off your account. Social credit score didn't meet our standards. We closed your account. Like that, they close it. So we ask to be in safety, to be our niyat, our intention, because Prophet said, "Innama amalu bi-niyat." Your deeds are according to your intentions. What you intend, reach to that. They asked Shaykh Adnan, what should we intend? As Marid asked him, he said, I'm intending on my Shaykh's intention. So I'm sitting on Maulana Shaykh Nazim's intention and Maulana Shaykh Hisham's intention. I'm sitting like that on Shaykh's intention, Grand Shaykh's intention. Sitting and asking blessing, because they know what we don't know. We only can deal with what we know. We arrange everything according to what we know, but our view is not so high. They're seeing more far. Shaykh Hisham, Allah bless him, he said, awliya are arranged in ranks, darajat, rutbah. 124,000 at the first level. They're everywhere. Prophet said, maybe the one in the street we didn't pay any attention to, we thought he was a homeless or a bum. Maybe someone raised his hands and Allah grants whatever he wants immediately. May Allah make us to meet his blessed ones. And each one of those 124,000, for him it looks as if he's taking from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, no. Each one of those 124,000 awliya are taking from 7,007 above them, one of those. It looks to them as if they're taking from Prophet, but it's that group. 7,007 also think they're taking from Prophet, they're taking from the next rank, 313 awliya. higher rank. 313 thinks they're taking from Prophet ﷺ, or it looks to them as if they're taking from Prophet, they're taking from 40. They say substitutes. When one goes, one comes. 40 thinks they're taking from Prophet, they're taking from the Qutuz. 7 is taking from 1, Gauth, Sultana Awliya. That one is face to face with Prophet. So on their intention, we read Grand Sheikh's dua at the beginning. It's a bit long, but it's a good dua. He was asking forgiveness for everything, for every time we placed our hopes in something other. Oh my Lord, anytime I placed my hopes in other than you, anytime I asked for anything other than you, anytime a good thing came to me and I thought I overlooked that it was coming from you, I ask forgiveness for sins I did with people and sins nobody knows except you. Like that, trying to remind ourselves always to look higher, Oshlar down, to be aware of the breath, is to try to be in every moment, to be with your Shaykh, to be with Prophets, to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's too high for us, but to be with our Shaykh. Who knows his level keeps his level, Shaykh used to say. We're not scraping the clouds with our heads. Simple. And don't neglect servanthood. I like to read Sufi books, all kinds of books, awliya. Particularly, I like Ibn Arabi, Grand Sheikh said, take his help, Sheikh Muhyiddin and Shaykh Abdul Haqq Jalani, for all your affairs in this world. They're the ones delegated for that, signed for that. I like to read their books on so many fine points of spirituality. Shaykh Nazim said one day, you know what's the summary of Shaykh Ibn Arabi's books? Said the summary, don't leave servanthood. Whatever level you're on, don't leave servanthood. Shaykh Hashem was in Vancouver one time, years ago, giving a talk at the University of Victoria Island, like the ferry boat. I think Sandy arranged it. And there was a big university crowd in the auditorium. And in his talk, he quoted the ayat, worship Allah until certainty comes. How does it go?
وَاعْبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينُ.
وَاعْبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينُ. Worship Allah until you reach yaqeen, certainty. And some people say we're Sufis. It means when you reach higher levels, you don't need to pray anymore and just spend your time in contemplation. And some Wahhabi people, Salafi people, came into the auditorium. They're sitting in a row. They're going to do an ambush on Shaykh Hashem. And they say, oh, sir, what do you mean worship Allah until certainty comes? And Shaykh Hashem says, I know what you mean to say. That yaqeen means maut. So you have to worship until death comes. Open the door to a different world. Continuous. You can't leave it. Prophet never left it. Awliya never left it. Ibadat is a preparation. No matter what stage you're at, No matter what level you're at, you can't say, I left praying, I left. No, you keep as Prophet was keeping, and your level is between you and your Lord, what He grants you. And that ibadat is a preparation for what comes after. All our lives we have to prepare. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. We read it every Friday in Jummah khutbah. I didn't create humans and jinns except for my ubudiyah, my divine service. What's that divine service? He doesn't need our service, He doesn't need our prayers, but it means to be a servant, to know, to try to know about Him, and to try to know about ourselves. Man arafa nafsu man arafa rabbu. The hadith Qudsi goes. Who knows himself knows his Lord. And our job to know first who we are. And that knowledge comes through ibadat. So continuous preparation. Shaykh Muhyiddin prayed, Allah bless you. Rabbi habli istidadan kami, bi kabuli faydika attas. Oh my Lord, grant me the perfect preparation to receive your holy outpouring, to receive the Wi-Fi of my Shaykh, the broadcasting, fayd, hakikato tawajjuh, hakikato fayd, hakikato. The awliya have grants from Allah, powers for helping people, but we can't receive them. This device, this iPad, it takes its power from the internet. It receives those signals. It translates it into pictures and sound. Like that, our hearts have a built-in equipment. More than Wi-Fi. This is people's creation. This is Allah's creation. But it's not prepared yet to open and to receive. And the Shaykh, may Allah bless them, every Shaykh, their job to prepare the hearts of the Murids and Muridas to receive that lights. Shaykh Nazim, Allah bless him, he was giving a talk one day in Cyprus. Jabbar said 2010, October 10th, 2000, he had the date. He gave a talk, and in the middle of the talk, he said, now coming something never happened before. Now no more Tariqah, no more Naqshbandi, no more Qadri, no more Chisti, no more Shazali, no more Sunni, no more Shia, no more Christian, no more Jewish, no more. People going, what's going on? Be Kunu Rabbaniyin, Rabbaniyun. Kunu Rabbaniyun or Rabbaniyin? Kunu Rabbaniyin. Holy Quran says, no prophet and no wali, no saint, no one given a book by Allah or pages. Some prophets were given books. Sayyidina Musa had Torah, and Sayyidina Ibrahim had something. Sayyidina Dawood had Zabur. Some had only a few sheets. Prophet had Holy Quran. Sayyidina Isa had Injil. No one given a book or hikmat, wisdom, ever called people to himself. To worship him, to wait for him. Their goal was not, oh, people come to me. No. They were saying, Kunu Rabbaniyin. Oh, people, be Rabbaniyin. That's the target of every prophet's message. Coming to every group since Adam. Every one of Shuaib, or Lut, or Hud, or Salih. People be Kunu Rabbaniyin. Quran says, it's not by making it up. Or Shaykh was making it up. What's Rabbaniyin? They asked to a famous wali, his maqam is in Morocco, in Fez, Abdul Aziz al-Dabba. He was like Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ummi. My Grand Shaykh was Ummi. He didn't study, he wasn't a book learning. He received his inspirations from where he received them. And his murid was an alim. He studied a lot. He was a famous alim, Alamati. He wrote Kitab al-Ibriz, book of teachings. guidance. And he asked his Shaykh, "Oh, my Shaykh, the ulama, my fellow alims, were disputing what's Rabbaniyin. They say godly, be lordly. We can't find that word." And he said, "Yes, it's not from Arabic. There are some words in Quran, it's not from Arabic. It's from the language of Adam and Eve. Say Syriac, Syriani, the language of the angels. No one speaks it on earth anymore, only a few hidden ones. Quran says mankind was once on one language, one tongue. It's famous in the Old Testament and New Testament, Tower of Babel. Something happened, and mankind, human beings, insan, was split into thousands of different tongues, languages. We used to all speak one language. It's the original language. He said, Rabbaniyin is three words, three letters, which a letter in that language is a whole word by itself with meanings. Rabbani, and it means the one who takes from Allah light, wisdom, and knowledge, as Sayyidina Khidr alayhi salam. They found one of our servants that we gave knowledge and wisdom from ourselves to him. He didn't study for it. There's a story for Sayyidina Khidr. It was a soldier in an ancient army. If you heard the story before, to repeat it benefits the believer. Each time it's not the same. It's different each time. Today is not like yesterday. Even the same story tomorrow is going to be different. Further, he was a soldier in an ancient army, and his men were surrounded by the enemy in a place where there's no water, like Hala Sultan in Cyprus. No water. There's a salt lake there. They died of thirst, those Sahabi, when they went to Cyprus, for Allah's sake. And he sacrificed himself, he exposed himself to go searching for water to bring back to his brothers. A small troop, a platoon or a small group. And how many men in the platoon? 15, 20? Yeah.
About 31.
Like that, a small group. He was trying to get water. They're all familiar with each other. They knew each other. Big army, they don't know each other, but they know. And he sacrificed himself. He forgot about his own safety and went looking for water. He found a spring and fell into it. It was the Ain al-Hayat, the water of life. It made him to be Sayyidina Khidr. He became Rabbani. Allah opened his heart. He became a fountain of knowledge and wisdom. He didn't do anything of his own will. It was Allah's will. He tried his best to teach Sayyidina Musa and others. May Allah make us to meet him, all of us. And Prophet said also about Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, radiallahu anhu, you want to see someone who died before they died? I poured into his heart sabba. He used the word sabba. I poured it. He didn't say I taught him. He didn't say I taught him wisdom and knowledge. What I took from my Isra and Miraj, I put in a moment, transferred it. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. So the goal is to be like that, but it needs a preparation. Sayyidina Khidr, he did an extraordinary act of self-sacrifice, and Allah granted. No one knows what's going to be the trigger for that. We'll prepare. You want Allah to love you? You want Him to open through your heart mercy? Follow me, said God. Allah will love you. Allah will open through your heart sooner or later. If you can't reach it in this life, next life you'll reach it. Or when you're passing from this life. The last 7 breaths, Naqshbandi sheikhs can intervene in the last 5, take you to a new life for perfect preparation and training, khalwat and everything. The 6th breath, Prophet does what he does, no one knows. The last breath, 7th breath, is for Allah. To prepare. We believe like that. No need to reincarnate like that. complete it. This life is enough. This life. And akhirah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the blessings and make us each one according to their ability, according to their power, according to their put a chair for Monifa, or she can take this one. Each one according to their ability to prepare. Try your best to prepare. No one knows when the end is going to be. No one knows what's going to happen. Everyone wants long life. May Allah grant everyone long life, happy life, healthy life, but no one knows. Therefore, the way of safety is to prepare to meet your Lord. Day by day, day by day. No one knows. Do your best. Try to follow Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Something. Everyone's not going to be like Abdul Qadir Jilani or Grand Sheikh, days and months and years in seclusion and bringing thousands of rakah. We can't. No one knows. Very few has that capacity. But according to your capacity, try to do something every day. Shaykh Nazim had a saying. Shah Naqshband said, "Tarikatun asahba wa khayru fil jamia." Junaid al-Baghdadi said, "Walad al-waqt, be a child of the moment." Shaykh Nazim said, "The shoe and the foot." What's your way, oh Shaykh Nazim? He said, the shoe and the foot. The shoe has to fit the foot, otherwise you can't wear it. Each person, what you do, your practices and what you do has to fit you. Otherwise you can't do it. If you put it's too tight, say pinchy shoes, or you can't wear it, you throw it. Each person according to their temperament, according to their ability, according to their capacity, try to do. According to their stage in life, young ones, old ones, middle ones, do. Try to do something every day to prepare. Oh my Lord, I'm preparing to come to you, to follow prophets always. May Allah grant everyone a happy journey. A happy journey through days and nights, and to make us to remember. What is it? Hosh Dardam, awareness of breath. One of the principles. Remember, I'm preparing. We're between two breaths. If this stops, we're finished. If that stops, we're finished. Yeah. Preparing. May Allah grant us to keep that in mind. To keep it in the back of our head. I'm preparing today. Moods come and go. The way we feel every day comes and goes. Each day comes and goes. Sometimes more. We're pressed, busy. Sometimes free time, sometimes tired, sometimes awake, sometimes happy, sometimes sad. But we're moving. Remember, we're preparing. One day, all that has to stop. And we should return to our Lord. Prepare. Fatiha. Amen. That's today's speech. Never know what's going to pop out. Like Hashem said, go and sent me to Canada. What should I speak? You take your turban, put it on your knee, speak to your turban first. If it listens to you, then you can speak to people. I don't know if the turban is listening or not. Fatiha. But he sends blessings in group. Each one receiving something different. No two people is the same. Allah doesn't make carbon copies. Each one has to take something different. What did we say? There's one majdub. You know majdub? Majdub? Majnun, crazy. Majdub, crazy for Allah. Allah gave them something. There's something in what they say. They say something in effect. But it's not a fool like a Awliya. They came and went and came back with full power to guide people. Majdub has something. Their words has an effect. They're asking for some dua, famous dua for Imam Abu Hassan Shazali. Dua Ikhfa, dua Makhfa. He was an Arab, this guy, this Muslim. What's the translation for this dua? Because everybody is different. What was his translation? I thought he's going to explain. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It means if you go downtown and you park in front of the fire hydrant, you'll have a problem with the police. Say, what? That was his translation. You'll never know what the Allah bless him. Built a mosque in Central Texas out of string and wire and old lawn chairs. It was an imaginary mosque, huge, 2 acres of a hole for 10 feet. This is my mosque in Texas. Fatih. You went there? A chair, a lawn chair, sitting in the middle of a field, string going to a tree, trench, maybe 10 feet long to be dug. Some barbed wire or something, a flower, a stone. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أشهد أن لا إله